Have you ever wanted to travel the world? Discover new lands, meet new people, and most importantly, drink new beers? Yeah, me too. But I'm broke, and traveling can get quite expensive. But don't worry, because for me and you, I've got a solution. We've got a worldwide tour with the boys on Mario Odyssey, with 15 different kingdoms to visit, each one with their own atmosphere, scenic spots, and local brew. We've got ourselves an adventure. We'll rank them as we go, basing it on the one category that really matters. But that's enough of the chit chat. Let's answer the age-old question. Where is the best place for a beer in Super Mario Odyssey? Here's how this is going to work. I'm going to score them based on each kingdom's best spot. That means that a bad kingdom overall could be saved by a legendary spot. We're going in chronological-ish order, so let's start with these first three. I fancy some sun. Let's head to definitely not South America. Upon first glance, there's already signs that this could be a top-tier boozer. Take for example the taxi right outside the town centre. We're responsible here, so after a night of Corralejo, you can get home safely. What are we drinking here? Looks like they've got some cold Coronas in the fridge. Nice. As for drinking spots, we've got the rooftops, a nice secluded afternoon location. Would have been even better if some prick didn't cover the blankets with an enormous cactus. See, Toad gets it. But if you want to go higher, you can take yourself up to the peak of the pyramid and take in the view with a brew. Moving on to a well-known British pastime, drinking at the bus stop. Pristine benches, great views, and even a local to chat to. I'm a big fan. Our last location is the Oasis, which on paper sounds great, but for company you've got forks. And bro over here isn't catching much either. However, any fishing of any kind is always a boost. Honestly, the desert's niced us up, and it's set a pretty good bar for the standard of a good tier boozer. And mate, just listen to the soundtrack. This is a banger. I'm gonna put it in 4. Less can be said about the Crap Kingdom. It's a bit of a shift of tone, isn't it? Grey, gloomy, no atmosphere. Well, there is atmosphere. It's just the wrong atmosphere. It almost feels like we're at the wrong part of the Cap Kingdom. There's buildings over there, and where there's buildings, there's a bar. But we're over here, in the middle of piss-ass nowhere. One thing I do appreciate though, is the railing. Too many of these locations are all too easy to plummet off the side. It might not be fun, but at least we're safe. The locals haven't won us over either. James, how do you feel about these fellas?
Honestly mate, they look like a bunch of floating knobheads.
There's no real shop, just a pop-up selling room temperature carling. I don't know what that is over there, but it looks better than the fabric over here. The Cap Kingdom is proper naff. I'd rather be in the office. Whoa. Now this is some scenery. Check out the soundtrack too. Somewhere as picturesque as this has to be great, right? But does all of this grandeur come at a cost? The setting is attached to the price of fighting for your survival. The locals here aren't friendly. Just when a herd of chain chomps was enough, there's a T-Rex ready to greet you. Just in case you survive that, the jumps you'd have to make to get to the best spots for a beer are far too dangerous to take a speaker and a 6-pack with you. It's hard to rank a place like this. It's kinda just the wilderness. Breathtaking sights, but that's really about it. It's never gonna be your go-to. You know, I'm not getting a season ticket here. I'm gonna go with Naff Boozer. If you're enjoying the nonsense you see so far, please subscribe. The Forest Kingdom is peaceful. The omission of the soundtrack works nicely to create a calm atmosphere. But if you take a wander through the woods, that's where the real party begins. This might be my favourite bit of music in the game. The rare nature beer makes an appearance. In fact, it makes an appearance all over this kingdom. You've got a plethora of places to drink it. If you don't mind a small 100-foot drop, the secret garden is fantastic. Crack off a cold one while the petals fall around you. I'd pack something with an interesting flavour. Maybe a Kronenberg Blanc. The citrus kick would suit well in a place like this. But I do enjoy sunlight, so for my money, the best spot to kick back and relax is up top here. I was pleasantly surprised by this kingdom, and it's taking its rightful place in the 4 tier. The Lake and Beach Kingdom seemed quite like similar places to me, so I quizzed our resident sailor about it. James, are you a lake man or are you an ocean man?
I'm I'm a river man, if I'm honest.
A river man.
Ironically, despite my job, I fucking hate the ocean.
Can you put bodies of water on a tier list for us, please?
I would say ocean at the bottom, lake in the middle, and river at the top.
It's a serene place, like a spa at a hotel retreat. Relaxing music, dip your feet in the pool. But it's not my scene. I need something with a bit of grit. The locals all look like they're in mild distress. And the main tourist attraction is to go look at this dress. This place is a bit too nice. A bit too good, and no real designated spots. Turns out they don't even serve beer. Only Blue Lagoon pitchers. Not a bad replacement, in fairness. All in all, I can't in good faith put this any lower than solid pint. Even though they don't serve pints. The Beach Kingdom. The obvious choice for good reason. Even before we lay our eyes on the best spots, we've got a track that closely resembles The Girl from Ipanema, one of my all-time favourites. That, and the gentle glow from the sun, really set the tone off just right. Just when I thought it couldn't get any better, the shop is on the back of a floating dino, and they've got red stripes. Now where are we going to drink it? Personally, I'd like to escape the riffraff on the beach. I like getting involved with the volleyball, but that's not why we're here. I think a vantage point is what we need to take in the horizon. You could go up to the top of the lighthouse, but it feels a bit touristy. For my money, the best spot is up on the hot springs, swimming with a local gyal, a parasol to hide from the sun, and 3 barrels of the finest. However, if you're feeling adventurous and don't mind tripping absolute bollocks, there's one more place you could visit. We're back at the Cascade Kingdom, and this is what I was looking for whilst I was here. Away from all of the nonsense, the ability to view the wonders below from the safety of a floating viewing platform. Beach goes to Super Beer, and Cascade moves up to join it. The Cloud Kingdom is an intermission. It's the embodiment of what it feels like to nip out to the smoking area outside of the bar. A little break from the action, and promptly placed in our journey so far. The Lost Kingdom on paper isn't the best place to be, but it's got a certain charm to it that I can get down with. A gentle stroll through the jungle would pair well with a nice Chang or Cobra. I love the colour palette of the kingdom, even the dangerous purple goop looks appealing. But the danger here cannot be denied. There's too much creeping and crawling about for my liking.
Mario's dressed low-key a bit colonial.
He is dressed like a bit of a crusader, isn't he?
Mario's gonna put some stuff in the British Museum.
Can't deny that I'm drawn here for at least one. So for that, we're going in the appropriately named Solid Pint. Right, we need to get on our city gear.
Mario's gonna tell me to run me my fucking pockets.
Hey, it's sick, isn't it? Look at that.
The members of the bar do not know this, but this is the attire you need to wear in Croydon.
It is true. You won't get into the local spoons if you're not dressed in your full tech piece. Mario got the badge in.
Oh mate, there's the f***ing ops.
Is that the ops?
Mate, why is she low-key kind of fine? What do you think her feet smell like?
The doormen of New Donk City didn't appreciate his North Face.
Sorry mate, no tech fleeces allowed in here. Now fuck off.
In a rage, he took out a Lime bike for a joyride.
He doesn't have insurance, no less.
Hey yo, where my Uber taking me? Back to the order at hand. Where is the best spot for a beer in New Donk City?
Hear me out. What about in front of the big Arum sign?
The what sign?
The Arum sign. Arum, look.
Yeah, it says Mario, you thick.
How the fuck can it say Mario? Oh, it's the wrong way around.
I like the Adam signs. Let's go see what beers they've got, actually.
Why is everyone dressed like a 1930s gangster? Nah, now listen here, see?
I'm trying to buy a beer.
I'm trying to buy a beer, see?
I'm not an IPA fan, but I'll have one here.
Mate, put that on. He looks like a high health and safety inspector. Mate, Mario's now dressed like a bricky. He's gonna go home and hoover up 5 grams of.
That's going in the video. What about a back alley behind the bins kind of beer? New Donk City is filled to the brim with incredible locations. Let's explore more of the town. You know what? They've got very brutalist architecture. We'll just put a city in the middle of the ocean, mate. 900 feet in the air. Need bother. Is there a Mexican bar?
Mate, Mexican bar gaming with the Sugar Skull people outside, no less.
Get me in there. Oh, got any Desperados, mate? About a beer with the rooftop viewers.
Kick them off.
Ooh, rooftop bar. It's a bit precarious to get to, though. Huh! POV me when I see IPA. Oh, mate. Nah, this is what you want. Rooftop pool.
Holy.
Rooftop pool, are you mad? The pinnacle of a spot. Mario's drinking the water like a pleb. Bussing it down with your snail, mate. And check out the skyline. Christ on a bike.
No, Mario, mate. Wait, Fast and Furious. So we're doing this for family. C B G C C B G C C C C C C C C C B G.
Whilst James serenades us, I'm going to put this at the top tier, obviously. This is a super beer. But if you disagree, join the Discord in the description, and you can tell me why I'm wrong. Before we move on any further, it must be understood that the daytime of New Donk City is only half the battle. Nighttime is where it really gains atmosphere. Imagine diving into one of these neon illuminated bars to escape the rain in the quiet city. Elite. Now I'm a strong believer that sunny/cold is the best weather type. You get to wear your big comfy clothes, and you also get the glorious vitamin D from the sun. The Snow Kingdom is a quaint place. It's only really the freezing wilderness, or the resort, but what it lacks in size, it makes up for in potency. Got a little bit of street food, nice and cozy vibes. The races are where it's at though. Got all the homies here, stick some side bets on. A sporting event is always enhanced with a beverage at hand. And that's the peak of the Snow Kingdom. A small gaff with lots of potential. Goes in four. The Goth Kingdom is a strange one. There's absolutely no to do here, but you can perch yourself atop a dragon's head and have a questionable beer. Another case of a location having an atmosphere, just not the right atmosphere. Don't want to crack a can before a Dark Souls boss battle. Naff boozer, mate. Oh my god, this place winds me up. It's too bright. It's like a flashbang 24/7 round here. And it's hot. It don't feel good hot. It feels like British summertime blistering hot. There's ops everywhere. Bro's chucking hammers at me from across the pond. But just when I'd lost all hope, I did stumble across the food festival. Had to make sure to smash up the IPAs, cruise around the site and grab some bites. Top tier location. If only it wasn't in permanent bright mode. But I've had enough of this place already. Just looking at this place again's doing my head in. Let's give it a solid pint and let's get out of here. In complete contrast, we're off to the moon, and I love the moon. If you're clever enough to stay on the peninsula that the Odyssey lands on, and you don't launch yourself off the side into the void, you'll have a grand time. I mean, was there going to be any other beer? If you could attach a rope and a winch to make sure you don't fly away, having a few bevies and flying about with the boys sounds like a great motive. I love that all of your boys are here, appreciating the horizon. Near perfect. All it needs is a beer. The problems arise when you leave the island. There's too much danger. Obstacle course and flying octopus. The interior of the church is not the vibe. Got the feeling of an afters that's just clearing out. However, I do like the outside, around the back. Sometimes in real life, I like to visit the local church. They do a choir practice, and the light from the moon illuminates the stained glass. I like to sit on a bench in the park next to it. Peaceful to listen to, you know? It's really nice. Reminds me of that. For me, I think the moon is underrated, and it's going in super beer. As we get to the penultimate kingdom, I'd like to remind you that I'll be putting the tier list in the description. Feel free to remix it and rearrange it however you see fit. Now we're on to Bowser's Kingdom. If we really break it down, Bowser is a single dad. He's going to be a beer enthusiast, isn't he? And it does show with his decision making in the construction of the kingdom. I appreciate the classic Japanese decorations, and I appreciate the Asahi in the shop even more. But for me, this place is doing too much, you know? There's fire embers going to be getting in your drink. Feels like it's going to be weirdly humid. And the flags are waving around by themselves. I don't know what voodoo magic's going on there, but it's throwing me off. I do like the island with the shop. Be nice to kick back here. Seats are comfy. And the parasols are a nice touch. But the rest of the gaff just ain't it for me. The verticality of the place is going to be tough on your quads after a while. I'm here for a beer, not a hill climb. I like the atmosphere, and I like the decor. So for that, it's a solid pint. Ah, home sweet home. Or is it? Does Mario live here? Or does he live in Brooklyn? I can't see any residents here except the castle. You know, it's a bit strange inside the castle. Peach has a stained glass of herself in front of her throne room. It's a little bit vain, isn't it? Regardless, don't let these oddities take away from the brilliance of the Mushroom Kingdom. Because it's got everything. A beach, rolling hills, and the atmosphere is just right. If you're feeling like a John Smith's old boy, you could take a seat in the castle gardens, reminisce on the old times, tell your mates the same story you've already told, and try to not think about being 30 soon. But I'm getting a bit tired. We've been across the world, we've seen everything there is to see, and I think we deserve some time to relax. So for me, under this tree, taking a snooze, having some brews, this is the best spot for a beer in Mario Odyssey. If you'd like to see more from me, please check out one of these. Sunshine's where it all started, but the GTA one, that's my favourite so far. Thank you so much to all of my channel members. The views haven't been great recently, so I'm glad you guys are sticking by me. Really keeps me motivated. Cheers, guys. Consnip, Metal Pipe, Young Akimbo, Young Mallard, Sellout Stevius, A.E. Null, Chance, Vanilla Gorilla, The Cougar Hunter, Evil Girl Lily, Erasor V4, Brad, Steph, Caffeine, Timster, and Cyber Kitty.